Oh, yeah. Hello and welcome. Hey, we are thrilled to have you here. Our channel is all about exploring and sharing experiences education. You can expect engaging discussions, conversations, fascinating insights, and plenty of fun as we dive into the unique ways people from different cultures enjoy themselves and the other people as well. It's like we are alive, like it says in the intro song. Today's subject es una española en Nederlander ja Suomipoika is. Where are you guys? Don't leave me hanging.
I'm
Wake
here.
up! Yeah!
Whoa,
Es una española en
long time.
Nederlander ja Suomipoika is the hilly back, but before that. How are you guys doing? All good?
Recovering still?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
Recovery modes of things. Unpleasant little.
You came back alive.
Yeah, it's like you have one thing and then another thing, and when you are like on your 30s, it starts to be kind of difficult to recover a little bit. Like when you're 27, you're still kind of like
I
twice
don't
that.
know. I'm still
You mean that
18.
you're thinking?
Hard to
Do you
heal.
mean?
I'm still 18, so I'm not that wise. Not yet.
I mean, like you get some years on your meter, and healing and like a bouncing back from an illness, even if it's not so severe. At least for me, seem to be taking some time. It's not so
I am
like the next. Yeah. So it's a little bit like, oh, I feel like Ozzy Osbourne or something. Not that I have anything against Mr. Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, but he was a bit hugged at some point. I guess he's also like, well, he's whatever. Moving on. Okay.
Everything
what-
okay there?
Yeah, everything okay. I was checking my sound. So
Well, we
But
got
here-
good
Like he's,
news.
we
check it out. He's talking
Very
already so
noisy.
much again. Like you better check the sound bit.
yeah, I'm checking the sound, because you
Yes,
never
like,
know.
Okay, check it.
Yeah,
Moving.
I'm checking the
Hey,
sound.
but you
Can't
said you're
hear
okay
you.
on Spain.
We passed the 2,000 views, so that was super good. And we have 24 subscribers. That's quite really good, for them,
Yep.
for to start, good beginning. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and also like Mark has got a new computer.
Exactly.
Yeah, he
So
has to.
now I also have a better screen, I think, and a better sound, maybe.
Yeah, and at least that, you can see better than in a mobile phone, I guess.
Mm.
Mobile phone.
Yeah, I can see way better now. So
I'm just
now I
happy.
can see you guys. Hello.
Hello.
What do you mean? I'm just happy that I'm streaming from inside. That you don't feel like you're gonna die for cold.
Oh, what?
That your drinking water doesn't freeze. So I'm just happy that I can be inside the house.
Yeah, because
Okay.
now you have better internet there.
Actually, no, but somehow it was like black magic, and we made kind of spells. I was throwing rune stones and like dancing naked backwards in the snow, and I don't know, building ice penguins and an igloo and stuff like this, and then suddenly the internet seems to like, hey, hello, it works better.
Okay,
That's
so that's a good thing.
So it's like normal day in the office. What can I say? I know. I'm sure you're aware of this time. Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
I
what was
remember
that?
that.
It's
I
isn't
remember that for technology you have. Well, I normally I have like a lot of times I break the cables, so I am like break the cables or the entrance, to the ports. And well, I am managing like to put something to that the stuff make contact. Like for example, I put oranges or I put whatever that make pressure against
I
this, so
remember, yeah.
it works. So I guess that the Suomipoika has the same. Now
I play everything
the phone
basically,
in
but
the window to get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
coverture and so on. Yeah.
I just remember with the orange stuff was like you were not making some music stuff, and you didn't need an apple, you need an orange, a real orange. An orange, like it's a label for the speakers, I guess. Guitar, bass, amps. So all that.
Yeah.
This is not an ad, but they look cool. At least I guess sound good. Hey, what happened last time? I have no idea anymore. It's so long time ago. I was in another
we
world.
talked about tarot cards.
Yeah,
That I remember.
we were about the veil.
Oh, yeah, the veil. Yes. And yeah, we were checking the stories, and well, you should definitely check the video if you
Check it.
feel up to it. Go look at it.
Check it and you
It's
know.
fun.
How
Yeah.
do you feel after this, Mark?
After what?
Yeah, I felt good. Yeah, I felt okay.
Did it let you some question, or did you?
Yeah, I
Some
can
wondering.
remember. It has been a while ago, so I remember I had
Yeah.
a thing in my head, but a lot of things happened after it. So now it's got weight. I have to watch the video again myself.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's really the thing, because I remember there was something really interesting on the tarot card and everything. That created new thoughts, or it created new ways, so
Mhm.
different kind of view. So I have to watch it myself back again.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they are tools, for to find the subconscious mind, to trap yourself and to analyze how you see
Mirror
the
yourself.
world, actually. Your perception. Yes.
I remember recently
yourself.
asking from someone with the cards. I was just saying, they was talking about a person who was supposed to help another person. It's like, are you sure that you didn't step over certain limits? Then she came, yeah, I have. So that was kind of moment, like a small moment in the readings, that you could see, like, like the important thing is to get the answers and to make solutions and make, like, create solutions to figure things out. Like, and I said, like, well, the person just check out. I said something, she knew instantly what it's about, and then she knew what went wrong with the relation a little bit with certain person. It was fantastic. No magic there, but who knows?
Well,
Anyway,
maybe
The answers are not in the one who reads. Actually, it's in the one who is making the search, meaning like the person that is in the search. It's always who search finds. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
that's the stuff.
Well, you can ask when you're searching something and then you find something. Maybe you don't find what you thought you would, but you find things.
Yeah, but
you
it's
can
not.
find things
This
if
way
you search.
it is an art.
Mm.
But this is why it is an art, because it's like leading you to maybe more deep questions and more inspiration about the cause that has driving you exactly to have that question, no? So it's like opening your like the veils that are there, like hiding stuff for you that is you have inside, and is completely available if you will want to really go to it, but the stuff is like just to have this consultation, or to
Now we lost Spain.
Yeah, I've seen. So you have to do the dance in the snow also sometime.
Yeah, Spain, we
Maybe
lost you. We don't hear you.
Maybe you can teach her.
But yeah, well, like we discussed, the card business can have like a whole, I don't know, week worth of episodes in a way to do and think about and talk. It's really, in a way, really simple and very, very complex at the same time, sort of. But I don't know.
It is a mirror, or it can be a mirror what opens doors. Doors in a person himself or herself.
Yeah.
And sometimes can show you things you already know, but you know in your subconscious and not in your conscious.
yeah. And the point in life, nothing is conclusive. I mean, like we tend to isolate the things that happens to us. No, we want to control the stuff, but everything is connected to each other if you think about it. So the point is, like, you try to find out about something, but that is leading you about something else that you didn't even think in that moment, so it's like opening you the possibility to contemplate other variables, in life. So that expands automatically your world, in a way that is, and like you can, like I said, you can use the cards, but you can use simply observation in nature,
Well, you can watch paint fucking drying on a wall if you want, in that sense, because that can whatever can trigger things in the end. But I guess these lively pictures and with the archetypes that Jung was describing and all that business, it's kind of like easier, I think, in the end.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry.
The tarot cards, I really think and really see the tarot cards are like a mirror, who activate things in your own brain. You already have there, but you're not thinking about because you have too much emotions there, or you have too much other occupations or stuff like that, and it can trigger that one emotion, and then your brain starts to how do you say work with it, and then you can find answers and all those things,
Yeah.
So it goes into the deep person.
Yeah, I think we need to get some kind of tarot business working. But hey, how about today?
Yeah, today exactly is this, not the healing path, and that well, we were coming from that.
Now we lost Spain again.
Yes, Spain, yes. Hello, Spain. Spain always runs. She has to do the dance in the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were coming. I don't remember the previous one. It was the previous before the veil. It was already like we were like hinting that there are things from us that we don't want to see. No, the load. Yes, the invisible load. Then with the veil, we can see the invisible load, and today is like the healing path, meaning like. What is the healing path actually? Like what would be for you if you will have to describe it? Or what this course suggests to you what it is?
What suggests what?
What those words suggest to you that it is the healing path?
Well, I tend to think, at least like to think, it's like first you don't want to believe something happened, for example, or something. Then you kind of realize it is. Then you are kind of sad and you try to negotiate. There's this kind of pattern what people do before they accept something. That you try to like no, and then you try to negotiate the thing, and then eventually you come to terms and you like come okay with it. But I think it's something like just first thing that comes to mind is like it's like it's a path starts with that you don't want to, for example, admit that you have any problem with something, or it's difficult to say that out loud or something, or some matter or something that hurts, or you don't want to get rid of the hurt or something, and then you kind of get to live with it, and then eventually you get it done, fixed, or then like this. I don't know, not very good words. That's my.
Okay, and what is for you, Mark?
Well, for me, it's like when you fall. It's the let's say you have your path in life, and then you fall from your path. Can be a lot of things, and then the healing path is the road back onto your own true path again. Because everybody has a path in life, and has a road, and sometimes you fall out of it because of things inside yourself, like the load you carry, or things what happened in the past, or things what happen in at the moment can be also, and that throws you away from your path. But on the other hand, I think it's also a part of your path, and the healing path just glides you in a up going position, in a growing position. That's the healing path. It's not healing from wounds, but it's more healing like you grow stronger.
I guess that the point is like it's everything, no? In that sense, because healing is like recovering from some kind of like pain or something that it's supposed to cause you some kind of damage, no? So the healing part, I think, like it's like to connect with yourself, you know, because if you're with yourself, nothing can go wrong. I think the point is like
always something can go wrong, but
but I mean like
I think if I can say,
that we were talking. Do you remember that we were talking about like many times what happened is through education that they make us to disconnect with ourselves, or you know, because you have to fulfill what your parents want, what the society wants, other stuff, no? Or and there is like from really early childhood it happens like a disconnection then for many ways where you basically you put the responsibility of your life in someone else's hands, for example, or to you private yourself or to unfold the mysteries or the sources that there is in nature and available to you, you know, because maybe that gives you like some experience and power or some stuff or some knowledge that can be considered as a threat for other people who also gathers knowledge and stuff like that. And in place of seeing the things like in cooperative way, they see it like in a competitive way, you know. I don't know if you follow me.
I think that is one thing comes to mind is like that means usually change. The healing means some change, I guess, and people don't necessarily, in general, what I have noticed, I think myself included, you don't like when other people change. Like I think I have this general idea, or maybe it's just me, but it seems like you are used to that certain person acts certain way, is like safe or whatever you expect them to be in certain situations. When they do something out of the character, it's like, what? Or something like this. Maybe it's related to that that as well. But I guess also like if you're okay with yourself, then the turmoil and storm outside yourself doesn't affect you so much. And I interesting stuff about the healing path. Because for me it sounds like something must have happened before you start healing. But in a way, if you are in a healing path, maybe you can be on the path and you don't have to fix afterwards something. But I don't know. It's a play of words, I guess, that in that sense.
Yeah, it can be a lot of things.
But yeah, for me, it's like it just comes to mind. It's like to work in prevention, like certain individuals like to do. Is like so with the healing path business. Could it be also that you stay in certain path because it's like a healing you all the time or something, and it's not like you have to first break your leg and you start healing it. That something I don't know how to do it works.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I
it's
think
something what you were saying.
I think if you talk about the healing path, I think you have to put the whole business about healing path only there where there's also hurt or pain or sorrow or anything what needs to be healed, because else it's something different. Then you are, if you have no wounds or something, then you don't need a healing path. And if you don't need a healing path,
maybe that's what I'm thinking also, that something must hurt before you can start healing it. But then in some manner, maybe it's something different than when it doesn't. Because, and on the other hand, everybody hurts sometimes. Okay, that didn't go really into note. Spain, you look like you are like
Yes.
in the moment of some kind of revelation of something.
Yeah.
I don't hear it.
in another world.
I don't hear. Yeah, because my connection is not so good today.
Did you try the black magic things?
Yeah, go dancing in the snow.
No, you have to climb the tree ass first with the
Okay.
beer can in your mouth.
Yeah, take the camera with you so we can see.
Oi, oi, oi. That would get views, I think. Oh my.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah. Also from the neighbors.
that would be, I don't know. Yeah, backwards climbing on a tree with a beer can in your mouth, naked.
Yeah, that's
Did I say that? No. However you wish. But yeah, well, is that some kind of description of the path? What is a healing path? No.
yeah. I think there are many paths. Our healing path is one of them, and yeah, like I said, you have to put it in a different thing than like a growing path or whatever. And
Yes.
so,
Yeah, maybe it's just the one path. Well, it's just the path that is part of your bigger path that has other paths in the same path. What? Moving on.
yeah, there are a lot of paths. Yeah, take the
It's
right
like
one.
paths come like big, small paths come to one big path, like river thing comes to the ocean or something. Muy bien.
Yeah, that's nicely said.
How about self-healing? What does that mean to you guys?
That you heal alone.
Hmm.
That you heal
The whole
yourself alone.
Self-healing.
Yeah, the concept like self-healing.
So,
What
but
does it
how do
mean?
you?
Self healing is a strong character. Yeah, a strength of character if you can heal yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do it wrong, then you're not healed. So
Yeah, then you just do something else that can heal, I guess.
yeah, then you think you're healed and you go outside, and then someday at some point you meet yourself again.
Mm.
And then you find out that you didn't heal. For example, if you read a tarot card or something, then suddenly you think like you're healed, but you're not healed. And then you see, I'm not that strong. So self-healing is possible, but only in a small way, because I believe nobody can heal alone and himself or herself. Not totally. They because we are social people. We need other people. We need sociality around us. And then, well, if you are alone, then okay. Then you think like, oh, I'm healed. I have no problems. But then you come in a society or something, and then you have your problems
Mm.
because you didn't heal. You just blocked.
Yeah. Okay. I think for me it's like, well, I think if you're not gonna believe, for example, that you're gonna be healed about something, then you are not going to be. I think there is also like this aspect of self-healing is like that you have to heal yourself, you have to believe it, because and you know, like if you are like at home, no, I'm never gonna get better from this, you are probably never gonna get better of it.
Exactly.
But but what I'm meaning is like for me in a the self-healing could mean, for me would mean that that's actually for you to then sort of decide in your head also that it's a big part. I think it's even there's some science behind it that if you are being told by someone also that you're gonna get healed, there's much more chances that you're gonna be healed than rather that you are not, and that they had tried with, you know, like somebody gets the medicine, somebody gets a sugar pill, and the effects are same because they tell people like you have the medicine and you believe and stuff. And I think there's a huge power in the mind in the end. The funniest thing that I remember was somebody was telling that there would have been some dude who was a big Star Wars fan, you know, not this one but the other one. Because the stuff went so mixed at some point that I was afraid that some nerds will come after us after what you guys were talking about, because Star Trek, Star Wars, you know, there's some certain things. Come on, guys. Moving on. So, but there was a guy who said that, you know, the Death Star, which is in the Star Wars, like I don't know how many they have it. I haven't followed so much, but when I was a kid, there was one Star Wars thing that had the Death Star, I think twice, and it explodes in the end to ruin the stuff. But the guy was telling he had a cancer in his head. And he was he has this kind of mental image that he will think that the small spaceships attack the cancer, and that he destroys it little by little, and it somehow seemed to work. That it should not have been possible, but it was gone. Not that I will recommend anyone again anything in a sense, but something like this. And there is all sorts of stories that people can do a lot of things with the mind in a sense, I think.
The mind has a lot of power, yes.
So, and this comes back to the, I guess I've been repeating this in every bloody chance I get in that sense, is like that you create, on my view, you create your reality in a certain way, because all that. So I again say the same. But yeah, something like this. So I think the self-healing, the big part is like, you really have to believe it. And I guess not even believe it. You have to like more like live it, that it would work. That you have to be, you have to like be, let's say that you don't ask, or you don't make some kind of claims, but you feel already as you would be healthy, and that will help. That's what I think. And Spain.
I think that self-healing is I think like in general there are like two parts, no? Me and the rest, no? Like, so the conception of what is out of my skin and what is in my inside, no? Me. I think like the things outside you helps you to heal, no? If you have to, if you want to go in a healing path. But there is a big component inside of us who is making us to heal, meaning like our own body has resources or has systems inside to recover and to overcome stress or diseases or whatever. Meaning like even if we get help from the outside, there is always a big component in the inside that makes successful the treatment, no, of whatever, you know. So I personally think that psychologically how you confront with a disease or whatever situation that comes in your life, the mindset that you have for that, and also like the capacity or disposition that you have, for example, like for rest, which I think that is one of the key points, no? Resting, eating, sleeping is not only resting, that to be laid down without physical, how do you say, like physical, training or whatever, but physical motion, but also like sleeping, no, disconnect, you know, that is also like healing. And of course, you know, like have like I think like also is like sexual life is also like important in that sense. Like we don't give all the importance that it has, but I think it's a big component of how we are, no? Even like arrive one age that you don't there's not a purpose maybe for having sex, like biologically talking, because, for example, the woman cannot have children after a certain age, no? But I think that it's still, you know, all this is a big part for being in balance as well, you know. Sex, food, the quality of the food, the environment. Yes, the environment where you live, like that there's not, like, for example, contamination or threats. Let's put it like this, no. And what I said, and of course, like being regularly, like going to the toilet, like shitting and peeing, you know, like the key point, no?
That's the recycle of to get all the shit out of you, like
Yeah, of course, because it's in a cycle, no? And the stuff is like how.
So it's a holistic approach that everything should be in balance and not just. And this is the problem in the Western stuff. Is like you have a problem with your heart. They're gonna go look at your heart. They're gonna look at the heart and the heart and the heart. What is with the heart? But then maybe you should look more at the whole. Oh,
because the heart is not isolated, It's not only the
No,
heart.
I don't know. I don't know how it's in Finland and Spain, but I know in Holland, for example, if you have some like diseases or something, and you go to a doctor, and the doctor thinks like, don't know, they will send you to a psychologic to have a spiritual test, and they're gonna watch how is your life, how is your sociality, stuff like that, and then they take a lot of sickness away, because a lot of people have like work stress, relation stress, whatever, and because of that stress, they get heart pains or they get headaches or whatever, and then the problem is not like medicine doesn't help, so they need like guidance, they need guidance like from a life coach
It's
or
not
something.
wrong, like, yeah.
I think
So
if I may say
already
fast.
do
Okay.
What did you say?
Yeah, I just want to say, related what you just said is like, I think there has been done research that nowadays, I guess especially in this country, they just put you medicine when you have mental issues. It's like pills, and I think it has come at some point was like that everything is about like a chemical imbalance in your head or something like this. But I think they have made research, which would be of course good to have some like a reference to, and not just talk about it. But basically, I guess you can Google it, but that it would be more like that. It's much more that maybe even majority of the things people would need the bloody therapy and stuff, and not the pills. That it's not about the, like chemicals in your head. That it's more rare. That it's not really the help. It's not the pill, but it would be like you have to talk to someone. You have to go through the process and stuff. That would be the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of interesting. So it's relating to what you say also, like that.
You need a healing path, and if you put in, for example, medicine, it's the same as addiction in the bad things like alcohol or drugs or whatever. It's the same thing. You're just suppressing it, and if you suppress, you stand still, and if you stand still, you can't go on a path. So
yeah. Of course,
so
I think
it's simple math. 1 and 1 is 2. And if you get one gone, you never come at 2. So
yeah, I'm sure it can be like combination of kind of many things to get this path rolling forward.
The point that I see that, for example, well, in Spain, I think we are quite open, with medicine and alternative medicine in general, also because, we, like I said, like it comes with character. Like we are kind of explorer people, like we went to explore outside our lands. We went, like
we explored bigger than you, Spain. Hey, the Dutch were big. Yeah, so
I have a couple of words. Hey, I will just we really did not colonize that much. I guess we fucked up the Sami people or something like this, but you colonizing motherfuckers, you still enjoy the bloody gold that you have stolen with blood in your hands.
No, I was recently watching a series that is Isabel, the Catholic queen, and it's quite nice. And after this comes like one a little chapter also that is called The Broken Crown. I also saw it, and then there is now like Carlos the King. So then it's like Carlos the first from Spain and Pete from Germany, I think it was. So I am on it watching, but the point is like what I said, like it's like we are quite like exploring persons that we like to to increase knowledge. and you know, it looks like idiotic that I am comparing this with this, but it's true that we want to see more things, not only what we have already. Yeah.
But based what Mark has told a couple of stories about the Dutch people being everywhere. It's like, well, Elon Musk will eventually land to Mars. There's a bar and there's a Dutch guy. We're like, oh, so you came also.
Yeah, exactly.
Planet.
So
Something like
finally,
this.
you are here. So, huh?
I've been here for a while. What took you so long?
And
You know,
then-
that's
and
my country.
And then a Spanish
Yeah.
person comes running. Hey, I was here first. No, yeah. And then we get an SMS from Finland. Hey, we come also in a few years.
Yeah.
Huh?
We just don't have. We have some good technique.
About what
Okay.
I was telling, like I think that the point is like it's really nice, no, what you say, Mark, about like that they are gonna check about your psychological stuff, so in order to avoid medicine, for example. But what I have noticed in the north, or in some cases also, is that they go too fast, no? They go to their psychological stuff, but it's not that they are gonna make therapy and work with you, because it's exactly what happened. Is what Suomipoika is telling, is like, now I give you pills, you know, for like, and they use pads, the stuff, and they make it even worse because they create an addiction to pills, like for example for depression or for whatever, you know, when they are not seeing what is provoking the stuff. I am not telling that taking medicine is a bad thing, but you have to see where is this depression coming from. If it's exogenous, so it's comes from outside, or it comes from there are like things inside of you that doesn't work okay, you know, because of like some mechanical problem inside of you, you know.
Yeah, it can be the chemical situation or something else, and then it's gonna be a chemical situation or whatever. I think.
But then, I still believe, like we talked about the school system, how it's bad, and then you get the bad people in the wrong spots and stuff like that. So never forget, the mental business is like a business where a lot of people find their business, and a lot of people, well, if they heal you, you are gone, and if you're sick, you're their business. You know,
Totally.
never forget.
Totally.
Oh.
And especially, I think, like also like the pharma, you know, that
Pharma or big friend.
exactly. And how is like in this black I don't know, it's because it's like they have like they prescribe you exactly certain brands, and you don't have option to have other brands, you know. So there is like some kind of like engagement with its business, you know. So that's, and then I don't know if even they get some kind of percentage out of this, you know. So
I'm sure they do.
this is quite dark for me, you know, even that is totally legalized and stuff like that. But you know, I always want to see further what I see, you know.
The balance between is the best, I guess.
Yes.
I think here is like when you go to the pharmacy, I think they will kind of suggest that there is also like because you have certain medicine. Let's say you have, I don't know, some painkiller, Burana. I think that's like in Finland, for example, like when you talk about painkillers, the common word is Burana. So that's, I'm sure it's not, you know, like it became, take some Burana. You don't say take some painkillers. You basically say take Burana. And yeah, the doctors will prescribe you Burana. I'm advertising Burana. So it's the brand of ibuprofeno, I think, or something like this.
Ibuprofeno, yes.
So I think that has like a huge tentacles have to be somewhere, I guess. But it's like there used to be this kind of rice called Risella. They had a song about it, for example, and it seemed like that the rice was almost like the brand was the rice. And then on the other hand, you had, like, let's say you have the cleaning liquid for dishes, hand wash. Let's say it's fairy. So you didn't talk about, you know, like a cleaning liquid. You said fairy. You know, I mean, like the the actual thing, and like this. So that's, but I think in pharmacies they will recommend you. Do you want to have the same cheaper product that basically does the same, but it's not the brand? To a certain degree, when they are old enough, they can, there is release this stuff, and then the pharmacy can recommend you something different. But I think this is bit, if you look at it in a way, the health as a business, it's like, well, like I guess was mentioned earlier, it's like, let's say what is good for a company that sells medication is like you have a kid who is like 6 months and it's going to be find an illness that they have to eat medicine for the rest of their lives, which most likely should be also very expensive. That's, at least by business, that sounds like it's good for a company, rather than, hey, okay, we have this cost next to nothing, $2, €5 or something. We give you 2 weeks of, like a prescription, and then you find you never have to worry about it again. Why they would? It seems like anti-business in that sense also.
And this, yeah.
So what is the morality in this? Or like,
it is like that, It's exactly like what you say. And didn't they have tests done in the United States and stuff? That they check the food in the supermarkets and stuff, like the general food. And was it diabetes? I think it was diabetes went up the last 30 years or something, like with 300% or something. Like 50 years back or something, you had 1 on 100,000 people had diabetes or something, or 1 on 200,000 or so, and at the moment we are like 1 on 1,000 or something in America, and that's only because of the food. It's only because of food.
Yeah, food is a big deal in the end. So
yeah, it's the food you buy in the supermarket. If you go to the supermarket and you buy some vegetable and you think the vegetable is healthy, how do you know? You think it's healthy, but how do you know?
Well, I remember actually talking to an American dude at some point. He was trying to explain me, like, because, well, with all respect to the Americans, they are different people, but he was from somewhere from near, like, I don't know, deep south or something, and he had worked in McDonald's. He had gone to very basic education. He was nice and smart dude in there, but he was somehow explaining me that because since it's a chicken burger from McDonald's, it is actually kind of healthy. I am like, you have the crumb thing there, and it's like, and the mayonnaise and all that, and you have aroma enhancers maybe and stuff like that. I don't think it's really healthy to have like processed chicken burger, McDonald's or wherever, that you go and you kill that bloody chicken and you eat the fillet, and then it's more healthy, or than you buy just the fillet at least. But if you buy it ready made somewhere, which is probably cooked in oil and like vegetable oils and stuff, so I was just like, dude, it's not healthy to eat a chicken burger in McDonald's, man, or any other burger place, I think. But he seemed to have this idea that was kind of like
but maybe the chicken burger from McDonald's is healthy in America, because in America in the supermarket they did test, and there are a lot of foods in the supermarket you can buy which are not even allowed in Europe in the supermarket.
Yes, they put the stuff that is forbidden in Europe. Yes,
yeah,
totally.
So maybe that's why the chicken burger from McDonald's is really good.
Okay, I just checked something. It seems to say like 2021, approximately 11.6% of Americans, around 38.4 million people, have diabetes. So basically, like that's like it's like 400 million people maybe there, something like this. No, oh, no, it's more.
Yeah,
well,
I can't remember.
I'm stupid, but 11.6%. So 38.4 million people have diabetes.
A lot of men, a lot of people, and that only because of the food. So, and then if you go on a healing path, then you go, for example, in the States, you go, I'm going to eat only healthy food from the supermarket, because where else do you get your food? You're not on a healing path. And then if you go to a doctor, the doctor will give you a medicine the medicine makes you even more ill. So they keep you always
Suppressed.
under control from the pharma industry, for in that sake. And
Yeah.
then, so I really believe if you really want to live healthy, you have to have your own vegetable garden and stuff like that, and you have to buy the meat directly from the farmer and all those things, live in nature a little bit more. Like if you get a flu, make a real chicken soup or something. It does more than to get some pills from the doctor.
Yeah.
Well, here is another thing. It's like average in adults 20 to 79 in Europe is around 7%. Some countries have higher rates, such as Spain with 14.8.
What?
They travel too much to understand.
This is what it says. Average prevalence of diabetes among adults 20 to 79 years was around 7% in general in Europe. Some countries had higher rates, such as Spain with 14.8% of diabetes. So it seems to indicate that there's a higher rate in Spain. But I don't know, this is from 20 to 79. So maybe it's a little bit different because you have to be careful with this statistical business because you can easily go.
And the brain, the
Well,
brain.
it says here,
The brain
20 to 7. Hey, and
control
20 to
the brain.
7. It says here that from 20 to 79 years old in States would be 12.1. So it's in that age group. It's for some reason Spain seems to have more diabetes.
Okay.
So I don't know what that would
But
be about.
I will take it with pincets, this, because also, like I am telling, like Spain is one of these countries that has the most resistance to how to say.
But also that brings about the.
I want you to think about one thing. Spain is one of these countries that this kind of fucking shit food, like fast food and stuff like that, we do like this to it. Like this. I mean, like people consume it, but it's not as much like in the north. That is not tomorrow, because there is we have culture of food, and so it's not so easy to eat. I mean, like to break our how do you say? Let's see how I put it. I'm gonna make some logic that probably some people will be really against this, but the stuff is like in Spain you can eat first place, second plate, dessert, wine, and bread in a restaurant for only 12 euros nowadays. Still, meaning
Still?
like you still I think you come with a hamburger from McDonald's. And we laugh about it because it's like there is no color. You cannot compare this, and it's unhealthy. It's processed. It's like overdone. Like it's not good. I mean, like I don't say that you don't have to eat McDonald's. Never ever. It's good. I have done it so as well, but I can never replace like this kind of food for the food that we have in Spain. Meaning I have been living in Poland, I have been living in Finland, and I still keep my culture going on and my food and the ways how we cook in Spain, because are healthy ways. And you feel the difference when you eat shit that when you cook okay. And actually, like people doesn't think about it, but like cooking okay it doesn't require so much time either. It's not that difficult, and you can eat quite healthy and it's good, and you don't have to spend like quantities of money if you know how to organize yourself as well, so. And all this we know from our mothers, our grandmothers, our it comes in by generations. And of course, like maybe like in the statistics, because also like in the statistics, Finland is the country most happy in the world, which
The happiest country in the world.
Exactly. So I am a little bit like
Stop laughing.
The point
We are the
is,
happiest country in the world.
is it an objective number? What comes there? in the universal brain. I asked you to do this because to question this, because I think that from the countries that they are trying to impose these big malls, big factories, big, like big everything, Spanish people is the most that says like, no fucking way. We have territory. We can grow vegetables. We can do stuff. And what they are trying to do is like that we don't cultivate at all there.
Yeah. I think this is what is leading everywhere else, that you're supposed to
with the data that we get, because I will take it with pincets,
Yeah, but the Dutch can do it also.
Just an estimation about the fact that it seems to be like this, which would be surprising for me in that sense, because I also have like the idea that the Mediterranean Spanish diet is pretty healthy still. You use not so much hard fats, you use
Greece and Italian, the fish, because it's everything. Like it's like you have to think about the weather. The weather is fundamental, for this, because of course, with really cold, you cannot grow anything. The soils also is important, and then the variety of the flora and fauna that is over there is insane.
Yeah,
While
but
you go to the north,
you need
it's not
a different food. You need a different food if you live up north in the cold and stuff. You can't live on, for example, paprikas in the winter. You need way more power. You need way more strength, and that's why you have the more heavy food here who are also really.
But it's the same, Mark. The animals eat vegetables. So if you don't have vegetables, the animals cannot eat them. And this is why you are lacking in the north good meat. You don't have good meat in the north. In Holland still, of course, because we are talking about other land. But in Norway, in Sweden, in Finland, come on, good meat, no. It's terrible. So you eat this, and it's like you are eating like this, colega. It's brutal, because the meat is hard. It's not tender. It's bad. But
do they have cows in Finland?
Yes, they do. Of course, they have farms and everything, of course. But the quality of the meat is not the
tender.
same.
We are not tender people. We don't have tender cows. They are hard and even Rocky would be hitting them in the butcher house. It would hurt his hands. No. But I don't think it's any kind of secret that Finnish meat. I think internationally it's not probably like anywhere. Like I think Portuguese, or what was this? Portuguese, or what is the place?
Argentinian.
Argentina.
Like should be like really good stuff in that sense. I don't know how it's actually how it's in Finland. I'm just a little bit disillusioned with things, because they say the food is clean and stuff, and then you read about things and yeah, right. So yeah, I guess the nature can be clean and all that. But
I once heard that Greece was the healthiest country of Europe. They did this many years back, but Greece was the healthiest country because they have a really like a European and Mediterranean, like a more Arabic food style, a little bit mixed, and then they have the olives and the fish and a good fish and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
So I have eaten the best fish in my life in Greece, in Hania. I had to go thank the owner of the place. It was super. I don't know. It was just the right fish in the right time and right place. It was nice, like a small harbor and all that kind of nice stuff. But during the day, the fish was fantastic. I have never eaten as good. It was just exactly what you would, when you would be in a, you would be a Robinson Crusoe in an island, and then you see the guy eating some really nice fish, and it would taste nice. It was that kind of moment, so it was good. But hey, should we you think, by the way, that self-healing could go like replace like basic normal medications and stuff? I guess in some manner could, like with that was already
I know,
kind of
like Mark was telling. Mark was telling like many times it's much much it cures you better or heals you better like a chicken soup, than to take whatever strepsis or whatever medicine that is available there for it.
It depends also a little bit in, I think, in what kind of environment you are living, because life is getting more busy, and if you are like living in a big city or something and you have a really big life, well, people have less time, and that's a little bit this problem, and then they put in the medicine, so it has to go quick and go, and well, that's I guess also a little bit technology thing. Like if the technology goes up, people get a little bit more time, and if you have a little bit more time, you can have more time to eat some better food. And I think the pharma industry world has to change a lot, so nature products come back more in, and chemical products go out.
Yeah, it's just funny because like they sell some kind of spray of like salty water. It costs kind of much, and you can make it at home. You boil the sea salt in a katila, in a pot and a water. Okay, it has the spray thing and plastic, but it's like really like salty water, like 250 or 300 milliliters, and it's like, I don't know, 15 euros.
It's insane. It's insane.
It's the same with the food. Because I said there was people here who didn't know how to boil water, and when I have seen certain youngsters and older people as well, they go. Of course, it's like more convenient or stuff, but they buy micro food and put it to the microwave and eat it. I think it was too expensive for me at some point, and then I had thought I had lactose intolerance. They had basically one microwave food you could eat, that's it. So I never got into it that much, but it's really strange. I guess depends. But hey, how about some kind of methods of self-healing? I have tried Shinjitsu, for example, and then of course like this, psyching yourself to this. And funny thing is, for example, I remember some point when I was in another career and stuff, I wasn't sick during the Christmas sale business, but then when came the holiday, it was like 2-3 years. I fell sick immediately when I get out of work. Like I was just ill. So I think there was like you just told yourself that you cannot be, and then you wouldn't, and then when you relax, then it comes, and that's it.
Yeah, because you go on the top, over the top all the time.
Yeah, I remember there was guys there like they worked 50-60 days in a row, like let's say the November and December, almost the whole month from Monday to Sunday. I'm not surprised that people were already, you could see already, somebody was like, even if you wait a couple of weeks, for me it was already like you could see like it's a bit nuts. But yeah, I tried to change
what's the point? I always ask, what's the point to work that much? If you do something what's really nice or something, okay. But if you go to a job and you work for a boss, what's the point? Yeah, for money.
Yeah, I remember the point that somebody was making in somewhere in some YouTube or Facebook thing was like, in 10 years or 20 years, only ones who will remember that you worked really hard is your family. Because if you couldn't be there, the companies and no one going to give a shit if you worked hard for someone.
Nah.
Only who remember is your kids and your close people. If you didn't, you took the time away from them and you put it to work. So that was pretty powerful thing to hear in a way.
I can say it myself. I worked also too much, but till the day I broke down. Yeah. And then something changed. And then you wake up, and then you see like. What am I doing? Why am I? It's for money and for that, but that's not the right thing, And family and kids and stuff are way more important.
Yeah.
So
it's like everything. It's like the society game, You need money in order, like we were talking that time, that you need money in order to pay the bills, in order to pay the house, in order to pay this. So it's like a vicious circle, So you need to work. You need to be 8 hours a day working for maybe a medium or low salary or high salary if you're lucky, and you have some extra money to enjoy with your family. But the point is, like, what we only have is time in here in life, actually.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
for me, it's like quite a paradox, no, to see that we are all having technologies and all this stuff, but still we are 8 hours working a day, no, or you know, like in order to pay bills and to pay
Maybe
companies.
it's about this that then the powers to be would think that you start to get sorry, ideas. If you have too much spare time, you start to get ideas, or maybe you would just be in the sofa.
Yeah,
You
but
won't get any.
it's slowly changing. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
you were telling about like self-healing methods. For example, Jinsi Jitsu. It's
Mhm. Yeah, you just hold your fingers. You don't have to Oi. kind of believe on anything. You just do it, and then it seems to work. At least for me, it has make me.
When you pull your fingers.
No, you don't pull your finger. Dude, hey, grow up, pull your. No, you hold
what?
gently your finger. You press. No, you don't pull finger. It means. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I was
Yeah.
already thinking.
You just
I
hold
only
your
know
finger.
that.
For example, that's the simplest way to do it, and for me, it calms you down. It at least at some point I felt like I could sleep faster or fall asleep better, and it has
Breathing
helped also like stuff.
breathing exercises is really good
Yes.
as well. Like trying to like meditation is also good, because the point is like how much noise you have, how much stress you have. Also, your body cannot. You are interrupting the way of for that the body heals actually. So
And you have to
observation,
let it flow. Let it flow
yes,
through you, and yeah, cry if you need to or anything. Just let it flow.
anything, yes, to flow exactly, to flow.
Yeah.
But for flowing, you need to clean the channels of flowing, meaning like you need to
You
eat
need
good,
to.
like I said, like all this stuff that I was telling, because you have like I was telling, you have like the external factors and the internal factors. So what can I do? Well, I cannot influence the external factors, like for example, the air, the water properties, or the soil, or the radioactivity, that is in the environment. I cannot do much about it. I can ask the politicians and government to take care of those things, but I cannot do practically an impact right away that you notice like this. But what can I do is like to work with the breathing, work with my stability, and my flow inside, with the outside, and try to get good food, get good sleep, good company,
I
people
want to
that
try it. I haven't tried it. I need to try it. I will try it sometime. To put an onion under your feet for the night when you sleep, and then put a sock on it so that it stays, and then go to sleep. And you put a fresh onion on it. You just cut it in half and put it against it, and then the next day, I've read and I've heard somewhere, the next day the onion is black
hostias.
because onion has the ability that it sucks up bad things and it goes in your bloodstream. It cleans your bloodstream. That's why eating onions is really healthy. And in the middle of your feet, down under, it's your garbage can from your body. It's like everything in your body comes together in your feet. Everything.
In the art, or where? In the
It,
in the art,
just
or
in the middle
the
of your
heel,
feet. In the middle, I don't know how it's called there.
in
Yeah,
the art.
yeah. I guess you
Okay.
put it there somewhere because that's normally you walk in a forest. You have to go barefoot in the forest, or not even forest, but forest this one. And there your feet puts all the
that also earthing. That also.
Yeah.
You can do
Definitely.
that.
Earthing.
You're doing
Yes.
the same with an onion, for example.
Mm.
You're just
You
doing the
earth-
same. Then you do it in the night in your bed. You sleep, and
Have you tried take a
onions.
polymeter?
not yet.
Have you tried this? Take a polymeter to see the conductivity that you have with the earth and through your body. And there is like a belief or a science or something. I have a book actually about this. It's called Earthing, and that tells about that. It's like if you were barefoot, it will level your things. I mean, like, what can go wrong with this? That you pinch yourself when you step into
I
something,
walk on. I used to have a farm, small farm. Yeah, you know. I always walk barefoot there. A lot
and
of
it's
barefoot.
good. It
It
feels
was
better. Or when you go to the beach,
wonderful.
it's the same thing in the
I
beach.
always did that, and especially like in the summer, go outside early in the morning, and then the grass is still a little bit wet. You know that white wetness on the grass. Go with your bare feet in there, and you get a whole fresh start in the morning. You know, it's really like
Totally. I agree. You feel it. You feel it. You feel the I don't know if it's like a psychological effect, but I don't think so because
well, yeah, it
when
also has because somebody just tested it one, put it some electoral measure device
I have
around,
tried myself there in the jar.
and it's
There is something.
it's an
Yeah.
electric connection. You know, you discharge. You know, it's
Mhm.
like a discharge. And I noticed it also. I used to live in an apartment on the first floor. Always felt something like, wow, I don't feel good. You know, even though you were happy or something, you don't feel good. Now I live downstairs and it's gone. I feel better.
The connection.
Yeah, I'm never ever gonna live on the first floor or something again. Yeah, short
Mhm.
while is okay, but not many years or something. You know.
Mhm.
Hey, I would say that if somebody in the ether share your experiences on this self-healing, the healing path, all that stuff. Oh,
What
what
is
was
that?
that? I don't
Oh, that
know.
was my handy.
Give your opinions when you see them. Leave us comments what you are there. And hey, if you're enjoying this debate and these talks, you want more content like this, you need the Heimlich maneuver.
Huh?
Go against the table, you know.
Joder.
Would we have a message from our sponsor, which is not really our sponsor, but at this point?
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean,
I came all the way. I walked all the way from Iberia to Northern Europe just to tell you, subscribe! Joder, you only have to press a button.
yeah, that
There
was a
you have
message
it.
for me.
That was a message from our sponsors.
And with my
Are you
coffee list.
Take some aqua. So basically, yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, do
And you see
subscribe
me
if you like the channel, hit the button and all that so you know when we are on. And well, what's stopping us? We are on a lot.
Yeah, but about about all of these methods of self-healing. Well, I have tried also acupuncture, and then
I would like to try that. I
ideology.
never tried.
This doctor that look at you through the iris of your eye, and they can see your different how do you say?
I don't know that.
You know, they
I don't think so.
they take like magnifying glass and they look into your iris in the eye, the
Yes, I
color
know.
stuff,
Yes,
and they can
okay.
see your organs, you know, and what if you have some problem there, and then they
Then
work
you
with a
can see
natural
your head.
medicine. Eh?
Nah, now you're pulling my leg, dude.
They are
They see
working with
something.
herbal.
Okay.
What?
You said that they can
Yes,
see organs in your eye.
they divide the eye, the iris, and it's divided by parts that are connected to certain organs.
Are representing in some way some okay.
Yeah, it's like kind of like reflexology,
I think.
like kind of like, have you ever heard about reflexology? That is about like in the feet, you have also like the organs on your body.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a
Yeah, I
map.
heard about this. And something with the iris, but I didn't know about that. I have not heard exactly
So
what you have said.
when I was small, actually, when I was like 11 or something, my parents took me there actually, and I have like a lot of problems from allergy, as always. And after doing this therapy, I was like able to, like that my asthma, because I have like a asthma, allergic asthma, my asthma went down actually. They were like giving me like pollen. They were giving me natural medicine, like basically it's a desensibilizing process, because on place of giving me this in vaccines, they were giving me eating. For example, I was eating literally pollen from plants, so they gave me like portions, and then I could, I could have like normal life after like 13 years old. Sometimes I had like crisis, but like really like,
And they find that in your eye.
yeah, they check your iris, the colorful part. It search for it. It's interesting. I don't know how it worked, but it worked when I did it. Also, like acupuncture has worked really good for the pain release for me. And osteopathy, which is like also like it's like chiropractic stuff, but it's more like a mechanical stuff. So they release like the structures, the bones, and so on.
But that's not really like alternative, right? That's kind of like, in a way, it's a legit thing.
Yeah, I think that at the beginning, the all these kind of techniques are not look with good eyes, because it's not the conventional medicine. So when people just go and have seen that the things work, they don't have more remedy than to admit that this medicine in many cases works. I don't know, for placebo effect, for whatever thing, but it works in many cases.
I just mean that is it considered that osteopathy is? I just have a notion that it's like it's like normal medicine. It has nothing. It's not like it's not alternative or something.
Well,
not really.
When I got to know the osteopathy, I was really, really young, and at that moment, that was like no one believes in this kind of stuff,
Wow.
So I don't know.
Well, maybe we can discuss about alternative medicine versus conventional medicine. Like we have kind of sort of brushed that, but how about in your country? Well, Spain said that it's kind of open with the healthcare and the medicine stuff.
Yeah, and because we have so much fauna also and flora that we have like because we have like biodiversity, big biodiversity, you can find a lot of medical plants there, and
No, not anymore.
But you can find, you can cure yourself in the forest if you know the plants, of course. So actually, like, think about it. If there is a war, where the people is gonna get the medicine? It's like they are not gonna go. The money, you cannot have money. Maybe you cannot buy medicine. There is not enough medicine in the pharmacy. So where is people gonna take it? From the forest? Where is it coming from? from there.
In Holland, yeah, probably you can find a little bit, but in Holland you cannot find that in nature anymore. There's too many people. Holland is one big city. I always call it like that.
You can find in Holland as well, but the problem
but
is that
just
the
a
people
little
who doesn't have the knowledge. That's the problem. So even if you will want to, you will not know.
A lot of people have the knowledge, and if you're really gonna search for it, maybe you find it. But all the forest in Holland is controlled. And real nature is getting they are trying to get it back again. But then if you for example go in the forest and you take it away, then you get a fine or something. And there are some areas you can go and to get some berries or stuff, but you have to pay for it.
I think here is at least has been. I think before was. I remember my grandmother, for example, like she was using morning spit on her feet for something. I don't know, was it for wards? And then they were with my mother and my grandmother and their sisters and stuff. They were using nettles to wash their hair with, and they seem to see that it's good. And then I remember my grandmother, God bless her soul, she took me once to a foreign country, not Spain, but to Bulgaria when I was small. That was cool, one of the coolest things ever. She was really cool. But she smelled of garlic all the time. So she was taking garlic like a lot. She seemed to be like I don't know if she had.
Garlic is magic, man.
Yeah. I'm
Garlic
sure. I
is
agree fully. And I don't know if she had like blood from you have like I don't know what it's this kind of like a sort of like, I don't know, gypsy is a wrong word I guess for it, but like in Finnish it's called romani is the word, but I'm not sure if she had like blood from this kind of like this group of ethnic group of people. And in general she seemed a little bit like my mother also considers herself a little bit of a witch, which I don't know if it has anything to do with the Romani thing or not, but anyway, because believe it or not, I think in Finland was like if you would marry from this ethnic group a person, you would get like a reward, because I guess they wanted to integrate the people somehow better. Or I don't know, maybe it's too complex to go into it right now. But anyway, but that was some experience of these kind of things. It's like the garlic, the nettles, morning spit. This is what I can tell. Like for example about that I think people have been here, maybe the older generations, and there is probably like certain things that are considered like some traditions that just go without people really anymore knowing why, but they eat maybe the garlic and the lemon and the honey things and stuff like this, or ginger in something, but they don't drink.
So for example, this nettle, for example, that he was telling is, well, the scientific name is Urtica dioica, and it has all these properties. So there is an anti-inflammatory. It's also like a.
Are you a doctor or something? Did you study medicine?
No. This is well. I have studied botanic for biology. Like I was studying about plants and forest stuff. And environmental stuff. So it's an allergy relief, pain relief also. And it has a lot of nutrients also. Like, so it's like it has like A, C, K, and B vitamins. So imagine. So, and many plants are really powerful that you can literally die if you eat this. So you have to be careful about the measures. So it's not a stupid thing like people think like, oh, plants. No. The point is that the medicine, the actual medicine that we take is taken from there. So you have to know what quantities, what process you have to do, and it's quite dangerous if you don't know how to use it. So with this kind of methods, I am not telling the people that goes like Sabbaths to take whatever and eat it from the forest. No, But it's important to
If
know
it's
that.
green, eat it.
But it's important to know that that we have the resources there in the forest, in the nature. I mean, like in the
Yeah.
fauna. So
Do you also know how are the white trees called? You know, we call them birks.
Birds.
yes,
Birk.
the same.
Koivu.
Birds,
Birk. You can
koivu,
drink.
in Finnish.
You can drink from them. Do you know?
Yes.
Yeah,
Only in
yeah.
the spring. Only in the spring.
Yeah. You can,
Mhm.
and I think you make like this xylitol from it also, which is like kind of
I
questionable.
did it on my farm. You just cut off a branch or make a hole in a small hole in it and put a bottle on it. I had once, I don't know, I had liters from the stuff, but you
Yeah.
have to freeze it in or drink it right away because it doesn't stay good really long.
Yeah.
But some
Oh,
also
and
make something for the hair and stuff.
Mhm.
well, alternative medicine, of course, the biggest thing that Finnish people, I think, almost like it's a consensus and probably must have something to do is the sauna, because that there used to be the
Mhm.
place that people basically were medicated, they were born there, they died there. You know what I mean? That you
Yeah,
were
but
clean
the
there and you
sauna,
died.
if you live in Spain, you don't need a sauna.
No, but it's different. It's different.
In summer, no.
Mm.
You can fry an egg in your head
But I think
sometimes.
that has benefit. I think it has also proven benefits, but that's like has been one thing that they used to say in here is like, well, that's kind of destructive. But if it's sauna, tar, or alcohol won't help, you're going to die. Meaning that if you go to sauna, you smoke and you drink and it's not helping, you are going to die. Which is kind of
Joder,
what in a sense, but this is what was said. And there is, I think, a lot of things here is like, I think maybe it was the earlier generations more. I don't know about the new. Myself, I don't. I just happen to know what my mother and my granny did and stuff. Uh, so that, but
Yeah,
what would be most effective? Is it the herbs then, or like this energy
I
healing? So sauna. What is the most effective? You think alternative medicine things?
don't know. I really don't know. You know, I've heard stories in the past like if babies have real young babies cry a lot, then they have a lot of stress and stuff. So just give them just a tiny drip, you know, from the strong alcohol, and they sleep and they are at peace and everything. That they used to do that in the past, you know.
I heard also that they would have given beer or something
Yeah,
like
well,
this.
maybe here they gave strong alcohol, just a drip, you know, in little bit in
Well,
the milk.
it's an anesthetic, no? And
Yeah,
the alcohol is
it relaxes.
it kills. It's a painkiller, actually.
Mm. So
Yeah, I guess that has been. I would
When
say
they
that
were going to operate you or something, they
we
were giving
probably
you.
don't officially recommend anyone to give alcohol to small babies, right?
no, exactly not.
No,
It's
No,
don't.
we are not. We know.
well, we
I've,
are
Not,
I've
telling
never
about
done
what
it.
has been in the past. Yes.
Yeah, it was in the past, like
maybe
our
little
grandparents said.
babies, but very small ones. No, 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 not babies alcohol. No, no. I say no, no.
No, but
No,
yeah, there are many things alternative medicine. I never go
for
to a
me,
doctor. I never
for
go
me,
to a doctor. Never,
no. For me,
never.
for me, for me, the key one is the garlic. You can use
Well,
it, for example, when you have like pain in your tooth. If you have any kind of infection, that kills it. You put it. How I do it, I tell you.
Yeah,
You put like a slice of garlic, like it's a small slice. You put it in the gun, for example, if it hurts, you put it against this. You leave it like for 1 minute or something like this, and then with the rest, you chew it till it disappears in your mouth. But you have to really chew it, and then 5 hours later, again the same procedure till it works. It just works.
hey,
Of course, if you
I
have like really, I mean, like I don't recommend substitute this for the dentist. But for example, if you have to wait till the dentist attend you, and you don't have the you don't have the possibility to go sooner, use it, because it works fantastic. At least for me, has worked really
I think
well.
actually here was also like when I was young, also like this kind of like things that you should use, like this kind of like a black currant berry juice, and also like Finnish berries like blackberries and like this kind of stuff was considered that, and actually now they are kind of having science around that they are like superfood really, so that there is a lot of vitamin C and little different antioxidants or stuff like this, I guess. So I was thinking that was put for me that, well, I don't know if actual berry that has huge amount of sugar and the berry is put in a bottle and you drink it after a couple of months with water, blend it with water, but that was something I think was like kind of like the folks remedy, the berries and stuff. I guess that has been here when people have been really poor. That would be something you could go to the forest exactly to pick. And but I don't know. I think people still here other than that they go to the forest to get the mushrooms, the berries, and
yes, you can pick stuff in Finland.
Yeah, you can take
people do it actually. They still do it, and I think if there's a lot of foreign people who also do it, and they are happy that you can just go and get it. So I think I have seen that people were, but I think there's also a lot of people who have no idea about it. So I don't know how people take the alternative medicine in your countries. I think here is like kind of like I have a notion that it's like people would say like no, but in the end they will be willing to take the the shaman stuff in case. But it's not really like, maybe some people might be really like this, but I think many people are like believing that folk remedies still, and like this, like older people at least. I think, I don't know how it's with the younger folk, but
I think in Holland it's getting
things
more.
might be here a bit judgmental, I think, about this alternative whatever, because people are supposed to be in the same mold. This is what I think. Sorry, someone else.
I think in Holland it's accepted more and more. I don't really know exactly much because, like I said, I have nothing to do with medicine and all those things. I never go to the doctor or whatever. So,
But what about your kids?
well, they don't go to the doctor either. If they are sick, I just just go sick it out. And if they have a flu, well, I used to do on my farm. Now I don't have the possibility. But I used to do when I had fever and I had like a flu or something. I went outside, especially in winter. I went outside and I went cutting wood, and I was sweating all around and just cut it all on, and everything comes loose. You spit it out and everything. One day it was gone. Best cure ever. Just be outside and go give gas. And yeah, so no medicine, not much. And if my kids really have it bad, okay, maybe a little a painkiller or something. But for the rest, just sit it out. Nothing more. They have to go through it. Better make a chicken soup or something.
But with this, you have to be also careful, because, for example, if you have some kind of because you can have a disease that is provoked by virus or can be bacterial, and if you have a bacteria and you go and start to make like exercises or whatever, that can go, it can spread to your heart and stuff like that, so to your blood, and you can get like like
yeah, but
you can
you
die.
are you are
So you have
human,
to be
so
careful. Yeah. But
and
you
and
have
you
to,
know and
I
you
think
know when it's
you feel it.
when you have a
Exactly.
flu or you have something different and you're standing there like, what? This is not good. Maybe now somebody has to check it, like that. I went with my youngest
Yeah,
kid.
to use common sense. Yes.
My youngest kid had influenza A when he was like a few weeks old. So
Hostia.
that was really scary because I gave away a dead body, to the doctor. And then if we were 1 or 2 hours later in the hospital, well, maybe he was dead then. So and then medicine has really helped him, and that was
Yeah, of
really
course.
in the hospital. So,
Yeah, with this, I am not telling that conventional medicine is bad. The only thing is like that many times
it should have been a
it's
bit
given
more
in a way
balanced.
and people abuse it. Yes.
Yeah, we should use the plants more in the modern medicine, because in a lot of plants are all the things we need, and we don't need those chemical stuff. Chemical stuff is just drugs. For example.
No, but I mean, like the chemicals comes from the plants. I mean, the chemicals are not.
Chemicals,
They're
not.
coming, but the stuff is like you mean like process medicine. But the point is like my whole point is not going against the of course this is an advantage, it's a technology, is everything, but cannot be substitute in a vein that for make us sick or for make us dependent or because it is business. So it's in a vein, it's like everything and nothing, everything in balance,
Yeah, well, that's the whole point. Like, if you can get it from your backyard.
On top of everything, to use our common sense, to differentiate. And also, like, I invite people to connect with the sources to understand what are, for example, like what kind of things are influencing you in being sick or not. Like, for example, like I was telling, like these external factors or internal factors. For example, one thing that a basic thing that people doesn't understand for an inflammatory process is like if you try to like to mobilize the articulate for inflammations in the articulations, no? If you try to mobilize the articulation, all these fluids are gonna get out of there, and one way to do it is just like to put cold and then warm, cold and warm, so you make that and it's a basic mechanical thing, but people doesn't even think about it, and they are thinking about medicine before trying these things first, and then the medicine if it doesn't work. But like I believe that many times we are just like so disconnected about the common sense and the source that we just get sick out of the stuff that we have there, like medicine or abusing doctors or whatever stuff, When we have, if we will use our common sense, it will be much easier for the doctors and much easier for everyone else also,
Yeah, but then that's the point. Like, if the garlic is like a super food healing many things, there is no point to promote that. It's not good business because it's cheap. You can buy it anywhere.
They even say that this is a lie. Es que es acojonante. It's amazing. But it's not a lie.
Yeah.
O sea, try it out. It's so important to find out with your own experience,
Yeah, well, you have to be careful when you go pick things from your backyard or in the forest. You cannot just eat.
And this is why I put the example of garlic, because garlic is something that everybody can buy in the supermarket.
What's the worst thing you're gonna smell bad from your mouth?
Yeah, your breath.
Garlic, old alcohol and garlic. You have eaten pizza tonight, and then like Jack Daniels and pizza, and little bit vomiting or something.
And the stuff with the garlic is that you have to chew it in the mouth, because if you take it, if you swallow without chewing, it doesn't work. It has to be chewed.
Yeah.
It has to be activated.
Yeah.
Well, and people, when there is this kind of like problems that people there is the attitudes towards the natural stuff, and maybe some things are hoax, some things are not, and maybe it's because of what they considered at some point it was totally legit to do scribing, look at the like the crystal ball literally and what you see in there, or stare at the fire and get visions. And then you had alchemy, and then you had like chemistry and stuff together. But then at some point, certain thing that you could prove like empirically in a way and repeat the test, that became the norm, and everything else is like ridiculous and doesn't work. I guess this discussed before, but what can be like towards this kind of alternative medicine and treatments, what could be helpful, like then to get it like to lose the preconceptions or like this?
Well, I think like trying out when things doesn't work, or like it's extra stuff, or you don't lose anything for trying it
Mm.
out.
Yeah. Do you know well, how people see this on Spain? Well, maybe people you said they're a bit more open-minded there for like
Well,
alternative
I
education.
I was telling like I have the store where someone came about talking about like this ginseng jitsu. It's like a technique that it's only use the hands touching parts of your body for healing yourself. And when they were telling me at the beginning, the person that was telling there in the store, I was quite skeptical about this. So she was also explaining that she was skeptic about like I don't have to meditate, I don't have to do anything, just touching myself and nothing else. Pues she started, she tried and try, and she was quitting smoking. She was doing a lot of stuff, different things, different process that she had pains and they disappear. And then I was like, well, if she can do this and like heal, I can apply this for my allergies, for example. And I was doing as well, and it worked a good till a certain point. Like it's also not magic, but it's a relief, and it helps. So why not, And that's the
Yeah,
point.
what's
And I think like they should incorporate these kind of things in normal medicine, as long as they can do it, because it's not doing any harm. Another thing will be like if you will substitute like treatment for alternative medicine that is still not somehow proven that it works, but as an extra thing, why not? I don't see that.
yeah, and the Dutch.
Well, the Dutch, I don't know what's the basic thought in Holland, but I do think also like Spain said, and they should put it way more in to mix it up, to make a good balance. And I think a lot of people think a little bit bad about natural medicine, also because a lot of alternative medicine is not. It doesn't really help the problem. It only helps the problem if you make it your lifestyle, and then you never come to the problem, stuff like that. So that's a little bit. Not everybody wants to sit all day and do everything those alternative things, because you don't have the time or you don't like it or whatever, and that's a little bit ambition, a little bit the difference, It's not all the people want to have that lifestyle, and you can put something in a hospital what takes 1 year of doing. You can't do that in a hospital. It's not possible. So that's they have to draw a little bit of line from hey, and that's why the best thing is a mix of the two.
Yeah, I think that would be the stuff that if it that it helps, that it's not a principle that you cannot have this, because I just find that ridiculous that it cannot be done because it's the principle that says you cannot do this. It's not real. It's not right. It's not correct, but it works. And if it does not do no harm, like to combine it with the other thing, for example, easily.
I
would be
think
probably
like the key is not to see it like a competition, but more like a cooperation again. So one
Exactly.
thing boosts the other, and the other boosts the other. Like
Yeah.
It's like
yes.
it's like a chicken soup doesn't cure the flu directly, but it does really good for your body. And then if you
Exactly.
have a really bad flu, yeah, you maybe take 1 or 2 medicines, but not too much. Just take only at the highest point, take a little bit medicine, and then when it goes less or something, also take the alternative thing, and then those two together make it that you go stronger, because yeah, and then create a good lifestyle with healthy foods and stuff, so you don't get the flu that much, for example.
Yeah, and if on top of this you have a nice hug from someone that cares about you, pues this is even better, So
Yeah.
I mean, like, you see that all
I'm a-
is important, But sometimes I find that in the conventional medicine, they lose the north. In that sense, they lose the sense that the first of all, the quality of the attendant of a patient is just looking first of all to the eyes of the person that is there expressing.
That's
Hey,
money.
Yeah, but it's amazing because it takes the same time to be in a consulting with a doctor to look in the eyes than not looking in the eyes. So why not to do it from the beginning? So make eye contact first of all. Listen to the patient, what's going on, what happened, understand what the patient is trying to tell, and then find out what's going on. I mean, like, our basic things, like, I think like 90% of the cure is there already, because if the patient feels attended in that
we discussed
sense.
before. Yes, I think that's the case.
That makes a whole difference. But if you arrive there, okay, there is another one that comes here with a flu and stuff like that. They are born because they have a lot of load of work or something like this, So it's just like every it's like a domino effect.
Yeah,
And that doesn't work for anyone. It doesn't work for doctors, it doesn't work for patients, it doesn't work for anyone. I don't get the point. It's more like you are a number. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and the point should be like that seems like somebody actually gives a shit. And like basically when you say, hey, we're gonna fix you, you take these pills and that's gonna be much better. You're already like, okay, so that's good. And not like, I don't know.
Exploration, maybe not give you the pills, but to explore you, to explore you, to touch you, to see you, to see you, not to pass you.
Yeah.
To see
you personal.
Exactly.
Yeah, that you actually exist.
And that makes the whole difference, I think, because you
Yeah,
have someone.
it's like I always ask myself, like, I come from a village, and in that village around 5,000 people live, like 6,000 people, something like that, back in the day. And when I was a kid, there was only one doctor in the whole village, only one. Yeah. And everybody knew that doctor because everybody from my age has been born by his hands. He had took them all out, and then later on in bars he didn't ever buy the beer, it's like everybody knows him. But now, if you look now, the modern days, like the last 10, 20 years, there are like 3 doctors there. And then still it happens that you have something, you try to phone. No, you have to go to the city because all the doctors are on vacation or whatever.
So I think doctor things, it would make sense that they have treated you since you were a kid, so they have a personal relation. Because here it's also like they try to make some kind of like pair that you have certain doctor and nurse or something. But I remember having some issues a few years back. It's like I went to 10 different doctors. But then it was
but that's the thing. As a kid, I went only to that doctor. And I remember I came in, he had a really big house, he was the doctor, it was a really big house and monumental house and stuff. But we went in and it was, I don't know, it was, even if you went in the room, it was really like personal. You felt at home, you felt like you came in a warm place and all that things, And he also had some kind of personal connection, even though I was a little kid, but you had a really personal. I still can remember his name, think of it. And all the other doctors, it's more like you come in, oh, what do you have? Like I once went to a doctor and I told the doctor, I'm like, hey, I really have pain in my backs and stuff, And he said to me, I pulled his t-shirt out. I pulled my t-shirt. He just watched. Nah, can't see anything. Okay, yeah. I went on. few months later, I broke my back almost. It's like, didn't even check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
So-
And
interesting.
that's the point.
Not personal. So yeah,
And
that's
the worst thing is like if you were like you were telling at the beginning that many times like they remit you to the psychological, but that could be like also in the vein of you don't have anything, like they think that you are making it up, that is the worst thing that you can have, because then it's like the total abnegation of like they are not paying attention at all what you are saying.
exactly.
They
That's
are
the,
overpassing you.
If it's
That's
a certain way, you must be making it up either to fake it or then you just have something wrong with your head, and
Yeah.
that stuff. Hey, I would like to suggest people who will see the video that if you like what you see, you should donate to our channel. Do we have a QR code or a link to produce for the kind people
think-
of the Ethernet, the digital ether who would like to donate us some money so we can
Yeah,
keep
if
continuing doing the interesting
want
content
to
because you
donate
like it.
or anything about it, because they are
So we will be very happy
happy
for the
about
support.
what they are seeing,
Yeah.
they can.
that's our alternative medicine for
Yes.
being here on the live stream.
But if we get enough money, we're gonna be in Spain, in Cuenca. What we were supposed to be in a terrace debating, and
In
then
it.
somebody takes alternative medicine.
Looking at the herbs in Spain,
But
we
hey,
can do
please
whatever thing.
support the channel. Put the buymeacoffee.com as the channel name. Find us there. Be part with some cash. It's not as much as you can if you want. If nothing else, like, share, and all that as well. And hey, now also, like, if you have, leave us some stories, comments. Maybe you think we are full of caca with the,
Yeah,
or
will be
maybe you have
like
much better information. We are still, like, kind of like not pro. This is own experiences and what you happen to know and experience yourself. So
Be
if there-
critical. It's medicine.
yeah.
yeah, and with the
So-
systems, not
Yeah,
only with
everything
this.
that there has been, like with alternative medicines, the herbs, the cures, whatever. So basically, share it with us, and let's explore.
Yeah, or what has been the best alternative medicine that you have tried? That I would like to know.
Yeah, that would be really interesting. I would say the garlic in like general.
Hi. Hello. Well, they were talking, and now they're both gone. What's that? Anyway, if you want to respond, just make a comment about what kind of herbs or whatever you use, or what is the best medicine you used, would be a really great thing. So we can learn too. It's always good to learn. And now all the cameras are gone. I guess Spain and Finland, everybody's gone. Everybody's gone. Now I'm alone again. Let's see.
Sorry.
They flipped out. Everybody leaves me alone.
Oh,
No, I was hearing you all the time. I don't know why. I just kind of logged in again and all that, or refreshed things.
You run away.
Mm-hmm.
You went push biking. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
yeah. Well, since there is no one in the audience, but I would like to know this in the comments if they would like to,
Yeah.
that will help us. Like even if they don't donate, but that will help us, like to continue growing. Yes.
Yeah, and otherwise, it's bloody interesting to hear what people have to say because
let's flow
like,
together still.
yeah, and that was the stuff about the iris thing. I haven't that they look with your eye. I didn't
This
really.
is called let me guess. Ideology.
No, I never heard
I
that.
don't know how it's called in English actually.
I also don't really see the logic about it because it's the eye is connected with your brain behind it.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe like whatever stuff is that they consider like actually in the Shin Shichu also is like there's certain areas on your body that supposedly are connected and they will help in certain emotional way or your heart or your digestion or stuff like this. I don't know. Like acupuncture also is like there is points that seem to work. Many people have this claim that you put the needles in here, there, and up your nose, and then basically it helps with your liver. I don't know.
Listen.
Yes.
Iridology, also known as iridiology or iridodiagnosis, is an alternative medicine technique where practitioners claim that patterns, colors, and other characteristics of the iris can be examined to determine information about a person's systemic health. They use iris charts that divide the iris into zones. This is the stuff that I was telling to you, corresponding to specific parts of the body. Iridiologists believe they can distinguish between healthy and distressed systems and organisms by observing the iris. This is important to note that the iridiology is considered pseudoscience and lacks scientific evidence to support its claims. While it's a non-invasive method, it should not replace conventional medical diagnosis. You see what I was telling? But in my case, it worked. When they give me, I was like I said, like I really young, and the stuff is like could be also like something coincidental that it's just like what they gave me. It was beneficial because the point is it was just like nutritional stuff, So maybe I was lacking oligo elements or vitamins or something, and the stuff that they were giving to me, it helps me just to get in balance. If the guy find it because of the iris or looking into my asshole, pues I don't know. You know what I mean?
I was thinking the same. I was about to say the same, but you said it first.
That doesn't matter. In the end, the point is like...
That's strange, dude. Yeah. It's like
it's like if it worked.
No, but it's like the butt thing. You could look inside, like iris.
Yes.
Okay, this is going somewhere really brown here.
Of course, like the same could happen. Like he could have given me.
Spain, you are gone. Spain, you are gone.
Spain is hallelujah.
Dramatic.
Yeah, dramatical.
Well, yeah, and also then comes like that. How do you seem like this? That you have to listening yourself, your body, and caring for yourself and all that. What do you think are like pretty effective practices? That guy, Mark. Like how can you like observe yourself or like this? That would be helpful. What do you think?
Oh, I'm a bit a kind of guy who is a little bit hard for himself. So I always go a little bit. I always think like, keep on going. But you have to feel your body. If your body says no, then you have to stop.
Yeah, I guess that so you would have to listen and check your reactions. I remember has been for me also like there's been, I think even the latest thing when I was sick was about also that I was doing things and then I maybe didn't sleep so well, and then some point comes to stop. You start to also feel certain maybe a load or some burden a little bit, and I felt, for example, I start to feel cold or something, and I think that can be one thing to pay attention.
I really think your mental being also stands in connection with your health being, with your body. If your
Well, I
body
think
goes,
I think it's everything together. It's not separate mind and body. There is together the stuff. So you have something with your head, it's gonna show in your body, and the other way around. If you have something in your body, it's gonna bother your mind. And so, but I was thinking of like listening and caring for yourself in that sense. That what would be effective things. We were talking something that I felt for a while, for example, cold and stuff, and then I think even now what I got sick was a little bit due to stuff that I didn't pay attention. Maybe I didn't sleep so well and did certain things and in certain manner.
I noticed, for example, my body give me like alarms. When, for example, I start to get like this, like tight or something like this. I feel also like we observe a few the way we breathe. Not much, and I notice like that is important. Then another thing, like in my health, for example, I noticed that sometimes I don't drink water at all. So it's like something that I should think about it and be conscious about it. Another thing that I check, like the stomach, also, like if you feel like like nerves, like some parts are like, sometimes I have like if someone will be like pressing me or something, then I just
From the stomach.
it's just because of I think like the muscles contract, and all start because of that.
You drink not enough, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, like these are like the signals for me to start to pay attention, to my body.
I have to say that
if I get cramps, it's my signal that I go to the toilet and do a shit or something,
Yeah, also, but sometimes it can be that you just it's a muscle stuff, it's not internal from the bowels.
Yeah, and then sometimes I play mentally with my body, and then I delay my shit. So at some point I can't stop it anymore, and then I go shit, and I'm like, "What? It's gone,"
And I release that it is.
too much details. But yeah, with the stomach, I know that there's certain like I could say it like jitters in the stomach, or not butterflies, but like in certain situations, I feel like, for example, at some point was like before going on stage, you could feel things in your stomach, and also at some point I had this, like the herpes thing. I could start feeling that it starts to little bit like tick, 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 tick. And then I had to, if I managed to calm down, sort of, it didn't come. It didn't come anymore. But if I kept the same, then ping, like a huge something there. So there was some kind of signals also about, and then, and yeah, with the stomach especially has been when I was younger also, I think was like I would get, when I was kind of like stressed out, I get my stomach hurting. I think.
And like the hands
that was actually the diet.
The hands is something like quite intuitive, because like what do you do when you feel pain? The first thing that you do is like touching yourself. So you basically, like, if you think about it, when this woman was telling me about the ginseng jutsu, I think about like more like thermo things, no? That is like it's a warm, that you are just transmitting the warmth of the,
you can make it warm real fast.
Yes. Why we hack, for example, to each other. I think like there is something why you feel for doing this,
I think that if you hug, it's minimum 40 seconds, because it will release endorphins.
Yeah, and also can be also about like magnetic fields, or something, or and there is some,
I think
many things that we don't know, but even we don't know what is the explanation behind this, but it feels good.
It's connecting the aurora.
Yeah.
And I think the heart has like kind of like a magnetic kind of field.
Yeah.
It has magnetic field, and
Pure
but I think
energy.
it has like more like this kind of like thing. So I think when you go close, also that has something to do, because it's a pump, and I think it has cardiac magnetic field, I think it's called, and also it has like this kind of thing that goes out from you, I think. And there is also the stuff that they are claiming, that the whole brain business, and then you have your gut, and we discussed this also, like what is the main thing with an earlier videos. You can go check it there and like it or whatever.
It's connected. Also, the skin is really important. The skin is like a really like the membrane that separates the external.
Something that happened has been like that you get some kind of skin reaction from somewhere that tells you already something, that you are stressed out or something like this. I have had also like some little bit something like it came about, some kind of little bit rash.
It's like
or something.
the receptors, no? Yeah.
Basically, so there is a lot of different things. Actually, surprisingly, like common, normal things, if one may say, in the end. But it's like basically.
What are you doing?
I'm poking here. Yeah, I'm poking here things. Electronic devices, nothing else. There's nothing to see here.
Typical Finland.
Yeah, typical Finnish. Nokia connecting people.
Yeah.
And also, it will be not really, really, how do you say, too much to dig a little bit about like all the environmental things, no, that we have around, like the quality of the water, about like because many times we the people, we are ignorant about this, and these things affect us, For example, if the pH of the water that you are drinking is not in the correct measurements, the stuff is like the tubes where the water flows, they get broken, they get rotten, and then the stuff is like all this, you are drinking it yourself.
And by the way, the heart magnetic field has to be out of yourself, outside your body. So that has to be something also, maybe with the hugs. Sorry, I was just okay. Yeah, the water.
Yeah, water, or for example, like radiation, or to be like next to electrical. I mean, like there is not any alarmism or any extra stuff. Are things that we are affected for. Those things affect us.
Think about all the Wi-Fi.
As biological organism. So yes, with the water, the quality of the soil that we are, the heavy metals.
I think we are all 0.05% metal.
The plomo, the contamination, the pollution in the air, and all this is important. Yes.
I think we are also, from space comes muons or some kind of particles that pass through all the earth and everything in it all the time.
But what worries me the most is like the thing in the food, because the food industry is so powerful in many levels that the problem comes when there is no a choice, that only the sources comes from the same place, that there is no more options to take another source. For example, like if I want to buy a milk, and all the milk that they are using is like processed in a way that is bad for my health, but I don't have another alternative to get the milk from another person, because there is no
make this that you actually have to go to some
that produce milk.
You don't have.
Then I only have one option, is like to eat the one that is poison, and that's what's worrying me.
Well, is it not yet in Finland? I don't know, but here in Holland especially, you see it more and more that the farmers have a milking station at their farm, and people go there buying milk. You can buy
Hola,
their bottles, or
that's
you can bring
fantastic.
your own bottle, and you just buy a milk pro liter or pro 5 liter, and the milk is like fresh. It comes from the barn straight in the machine.
Yeah, but the problem is that again, carefully, because the point is like, what do they give to the cows? You know, in order to the antibiotics, the whatever stuff that they give, like
There's
that
this
is
kind of medicine they say that they put to the cows that is supposed to like make them basically fart less. That it
Mm.
makes the stomach thing in the process.
Yeah,
And it supposedly has no effect on the cow, and it will have no effect on human beings.
well, that's to be seen. Also, like the vaccines and so on. And this is the stuff that I worry about it, because the point is like they in the beginning they don't tell you. That's the thing. Many times we don't know. They are just putting the stuff there like nothing happened, and then the consequences comes later. And this is for me like
Yeah, for example, the cow business is totally ridiculous because the cows are not really the big problem. I think in this country or in any other like that like because of methane is like I think in Finland was like 1.7 of like these emissions come from and the possible side effects. And they say yeah, it's been studied. This was it Boaver or whatever it was. I think it's been studied for 10 years or something. It's totally safe and stuff. I still don't think you should. The cow has had, like we have been having the cow for a long time. Okay, we have also started to treat them in certain ways. And then we have noticed that, you take the baby cow immediately away. The baby cow is going to suffer for the rest of its life. So you should at least have it with the mommy for a while or whatever. I think that's the case. But to start meddling with the cow's system of when they how they have what they have in their stomach, and then I'm wondering like to what end, because usually when companies do something it's not to make charity, it's to make better business, so this has to make more money for someone at least in the long run. And so we just don't want that the cows fart so much. How about we let the cows fart as much as they want? We enjoy the milk. It seems at the moment that it's not totally bad somehow, that there's not a huge problem to drink the milk. But do we have to go try to like meddle with it? Like cow stomach, for huck's sake, can we not leave it alone, man? Like why? Because somebody gets few more euros, or probably somebody will get much more euros. Maybe that's the stuff. So
yeah, but that's the thing. It's like if you don't think of it, that there are people who can decide about that stupid things, to do stupid things like that, or that there are people who can decide that, or who know that they are selling bad food to maybe millions of people, stuff like that. If those people are not treated like criminals, but are treated or are on positions like politicians or power positions, people like that, and then they say we live in a democratic country and we voted for it. It's like,
well, yeah.
if those people can do those kind of things, but I'm a criminal because I don't know, take water from the ground here or something, I don't know. Can be something, but something small like that. Or I take a pee outside, I take a pee. Oh, it's so bad for the environment. No, it's not, and that are the stupid things, like on my farm, I had, I don't know the English word for it, but I had, like my toilet went to a big thing under the ground, don't know the name of it, but anyway, there was an overflow of it, and it went in mine, a little creek next to my farm. And then the government came and they said, no, there has to be a lot of pumps and everything inside the thing because they wanted to create some kind of aquarium inside of where my shit was, because the water what comes out of the tank, theoretical, you must be able to drink it. And I'm standing beside the people from the government. I'm watching in the creek and I'm telling them, I say, why? And they say, because all the other stuff is bad for nature. And I'm like, if it's bad for nature, why are the trees the biggest here where all the water comes in? Look to the nature. It's everywhere nature. It's not bad for nature. But they decided it, and then I had for almost 3,000 euros on plastic in my thing hanging. Kunststof. Yeah, and that's why are such people, why do they get power? And they make millions of people sick, make the world only a worse place and stuff like that. And I think that's the same with the pharma industry. There are too many people on power positions who still take money for more granted than a human life. So
the stuff is that the law is interpretable also, about like how things, and also the environmental studies, for example, for protocols or whatever of ambient impact, they go in long terms, it's not, the plans doesn't go in 1 or 2 years, they go like 5, 7, 8 years, distance to know how whatever you do affects in this, you cannot never, the phenomena never comes isolate. It has like a lot of variables on it that sometimes it's super difficult to really make a direct connection about what caused one thing and not the other. You know what I mean? So,
but let's get back to the whole of this.
Always the civils are the payers of the bill.
Yeah. It's not gonna be interpreted probably for your benefit. You're not gonna go all the way. No. Hey, but how about, what advice would you give to someone who wants to take better care of themselves?
To listen to yourself, first of all, pay attention to you, and do not enter in abnegation.
Where to start? So, how do you start? Well, I would say like to do something, whatever thing.
Notice your feelings.
Claro.
Notice your body.
Don't
think like, it's nothing.
Your body, your psyche, and your direct connections with the people that is surrounding you. That's really important, because Yes.
Take a look at your shit and at your pee.
Also,
that's something, yeah. But I would say, like, for me, at some point, maybe it's really silly or nothing too, but I started exercising. Like, then, well, now I haven't so much. I do certain things, but it was like to start to do something, to anything that should be like healthy, and then it triggers something. So not to wait for 2 weeks or so, but start today, tomorrow, do something. I think that's the important.
More than exercising, that you don't have to like really like use weights or anything. It's like, I would say, like, mobilize yourself, like move.
Do something, exactly.
Move, yeah.
Or
whatever. Dance, jump, whatever. But that doesn't. You don't have why to go into a gym or something like this. Just
no. I didn't actually.
Just move. Not be
just walking.
Yes. Walking, meeting with other people, not meeting with other people, but going to somewhere to achieve something, to set up goals if you feel lazy, or depressed, So little by little.
Walking outside to get the pizza from the pizza delivery is not walking, huh?
No, but it's already something.
I walked a couple of kilometers than to order it by some service, I guess. Even that is better, probably.
And maybe you have to substitute the pizza for something else the next time.
Yeah.
But that is already making you move. So
or every time you feel like a pizza, you take the pizzeria, you check, okay, it's 3-4 kilometers away. If I want the pizza, I'm gonna have to walk there and back to get the pizza. That would be like an advice for me on my part. Remember,
Maybe
actually,
the politicians should make that rule. Pizza or no delivery anymore. You have to go on push bike to get it.
yes, you go get your pizza, motherfucker. I just remember I had, for example, this kind of stuff at some point years back. It was like, I was like, okay, I was being a bit down and maybe I had hangover or whatever, or I felt a little bit, but I wanted to, like, need to move. I decided I'm gonna go to get an ice cream, like a small, like some kind of popsicle ice cream. And I was leaving, the store is where I want to go is like 500 meters, a kilometer away. So I took my way to go there as far as almost as possible in Helsinki. So basically I took like 45 minutes walking to the store, like several kilometers. And it felt nice, like I had a goal was to get an ice cream because ice cream is, I don't know, I like ice cream.
And also the goal is enjoying the path.
Yeah.
That's the point. That many times what we are, I noticed also that we are putting the focus in the where you reach the stuff, and the thing is like enjoy the path, look at the bird that is there, look at the grass, the flower that is there, or the stone, and keep your mind in the present moment, in what you are doing there. That's important, I think.
Yeah, and for my point also being with the ice cream stuff is also like it's like a really low level stuff. Like if you don't have anything, you want to enjoy ice cream, it's better to walk 45 minutes for it, and it feels probably better. The ice cream is you're gonna walk, and it's not really like anything that I'm gonna have this and thing, and start having this because then you could be like, oh my god, I don't wanna. But you're gonna go for an ice cream and you walk long way to get it. It helps something. It's something. So if there is nothing else, you can do very simple things to get things rolling better, I think. Maybe that's what I want to say. So hey, should we start to like wrap it up a little bit here? It's been over 2 hours now. Or you guys still have any to discuss further with the healing path?
If people want to know, they should react, and then maybe.
Yeah, then we can check. So what would be a summary for this whole business of tonight's subject? I cannot say that I'm a Finnish person. Why cannot say very good? What are the key things that has been said? I think I
think a healing path is a really important thing for everybody. Because everybody carries something.
Choose the healing path.
Yeah. The healing
choose life.
God's path. Go to space and we see each other on Mars.
Yes. The Dutch will be there. Spain. Well, you are the Anunnaki or what?
Spain is already on her way,
Yeah. I think Spain looks like they are she's meditating. She's reaching Mars right about now.
Yeah.
Something like this, I think.
No.
So yeah, well, there's a lot of different things, and like that one could consider that alternative and different medication should be maybe tried together if they benefit. You have two screens on you.
But what? There are two Spanish people there.
Yeah, identical sister. So basically, I think that you should use maybe all tools which seem to be helpful, and not to take an attitude that's because something is not sort of legit, then you shouldn't use it. If it seems to be working, and it's been like many remedies, I think, have been used for thousands or hundreds of years or God knows how long. So to discard them is silly, just because sake of profit, I think. So garlic is the stuff. Garlic, remember garlic.
I would say garlic.
And onion.
There's that too. Onions.
And lemons.
So, do you want to say something to the end of the whole business of the summary?
No, nothing. Like always, like common sense, applying common sense, communication, and I will suggest like to check like to everyone, like go to national libraries and to find out about plants, medical plants, at least the principal ones for in case, always in case.
You can probably ask the AI, or you can probably Google it as well.
Yeah, but
go to the
you know,
libraries.
use the libraries still, because nowadays, not for nothing, we have, it's really fantastic, the technology that we have now, but also you have to think about that the universal brain, the artificial intelligence, is also there, put by someone else. And also that could, I am not saying that it is, but it also could be serving some interest that are not.
I'm not saying that it's serving somebody's interest, but it is serving somebody's interest. Of course,
could
everything
could be that it's totally democratic tool, but for example, when you try to ask about certain things, it's not answering you many things. So
Another thing.
I was asking certain things, and it said like you have reached the limit. They didn't want to talk to me anymore.
Yes, they don't want to talk about certain things that it will be available for everyone. Yes, like for example, law and stuff like that.
Sometimes women do that too. Let's not speak about that.
But I think maybe that starts to be it. So once upon a time, mun on Española, Nederlander ja Suomipoika want to thank you for all who join us today or later on. Look at our videos if you want to. Look at the earlier lives. Look at this one. Look at the shorts. There is some things that might be interesting, and more is coming. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Collaborate with us by donating in the buymeacoffee.com. You can find there from the video. Maybe we can put the link on the description. And share, like, hit the bell so you know when we are on. Subscribe, and basically, so stay tuned. We're gonna be back. Want it or not, we want, so we will. We hope you're gonna be there, and we want people to comment on our stuff and come talk to us. We are nice people in the end. So you don't miss conversations on cultural, like explorations. So basically, I think it's time to say goodbye. Heippa. See you next time.
Don't forget to comment, please. Don't forget to comment. Even if you didn't stay in the ether with us. Ciao. Ciao.
Bye.
I think I hear my stomach crawling. I think I'm hungry.